Hi my friends, and welcome back. I'm George Pierce and I appreciate your watching. This video is about comparison marketing, and I'm going to explain all this to you in just a few minutes. And I'm going to ask you to stay tuned because I'm going to be sharing several of my secrets as far as marketing, but one in particular what I consider to be a super secret. So stay tuned for my super secret, and after you see it you'll say, okay, yeah, he's not kidding me, that really is a super secret, because I've got the proof to back it up. And I do want to get right to it, but before we do, just a reminder that this YouTube channel is about growing your YouTube channel as well as making money online as an affiliate. And this video is definitely going to help you to make money online as an affiliate. There's 4 ingredients that are going to make this comparison marketing work when it comes to tangible products, and that's what I'm going to share with you on this video. Now, what this kind of marketing is going to work with digital products or virtually anything that you might want to compare or you might want to list. In other words, you can kind of set this up as a comparison, a review, a list. You can just list 2 or 3 or more different products side by side. And that's typically what I do. And that's essentially what we're going to do, is to list 3 different products. And this is an example of comparison marketing. Now, the first thing that I'm going to share with you is that we're going to kind of zero in on what's called trust. So we're going to zero in on that trust factor, and I'm going to show you how that's going to really make things so much easier, and it's going to make those click-throughs so much easier and those sales so much easier. So if you're having any trouble with affiliate marketing, if you're struggling, watch this video. It's really going to help you, and then at the end of the video, implement what I share. And I want you to stay tuned to the very end, because I'm going to be giving you I'm going to give you a bonus tip as well that you don't want to miss. So the first thing, again, is we're going to kind of rely on that trust factor. The second thing is that it's going to be a content site, not a huge content site. It's not going to be hundreds of pages. It's essentially going to be typically it can be a 1-page site, can be more than 1 page if you want. But typically I would recommend to set it up as a 1-page site. But it's going to be a long page, so sort of a long sales page, but the idea is that you want to get some content in there. And the reason why you want to get the content in there is that we want those search engines to be sending us the traffic. We want that traffic, and we're going to tap into that traffic with content. And I am a content marketer, essentially. That's a lot of what I do, and I am a content marketer at heart, because I discovered years ago that it works. Now we got to back that up with what's called on-site SEO. So that's the other ingredient. So we got trust, we got content, we got on-site SEO. Now I'm going to leave a link below to on-site SEO, as well as a link to the Internet Marketer Training Center, where you can read about on-site SEO. And the other secret, my super secret, is actually 2 little keywords that is going to help boost your traffic immensely. What it's going to do is, between the on-site SEO, the content, and my super secret, it's going to turn your website, or hopefully many websites, because I would recommend that you can't just create one website. You want to duplicate the process over and over again. So it's going to turn your websites into traffic magnets. And the best part is that they're going to virtually, literally work on autopilot. So once you set this up, it's going to keep on working for you. You can spend money on advertising, or you can provide, you can use some free traffic methods, but the site all by itself should generate traffic on its own. The website that I'm going to share with you, you should be able to see, is about heaters, electric heaters. This is a seasonal product. As you can see, I always get this backwards. As you can see, it tends to spike, and it starts to spike in the cooler months. So September, October, it starts to climb, and then by November, it's big. Now, it's going to continue for a short while, so only a short while. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend that you create an electric heater site right now, because your timing is a little off. And timing, again, is important when it comes to retail. And in some cases, there's some products, of course, that are evergreen. It doesn't matter. The timing is not important. But then there's other products, such as electric heaters, which timing is very important. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to share that with you, because timing is a factor. So you don't necessarily sell a lot of electric heaters in the middle of summer. Now, and as you can see, what I usually do is I will run side-by-side advertising. I'll run side-by-side, and you can also see that what I'm using here is our Walmart, eBay, and Amazon. And I'm going to share with you, typically I build these kind of sites around Walmart, eBay, Amazon, Lowe's, Home Depot. Now those are what I consider 5, and this is a huge secret, guys. This is a big deal. You'll find links below to all these, and you can join these. They're all free to join. And the reason why I'm sharing these is because you and I can rely heavily on that trust factor. These are highly trusted websites. And so the reluctance, the resistance to clicking that link is virtually none at all. In fact, they're almost motivated to click the link because of the high trust factor. This trust factor also enhances the chances of your getting a sale, because people are much more likely to purchase from Lowe's or Home Depot and so on online. So what you want to try to focus on, this is my suggestion, is start my comparison marketing strategy with tangible products, with physical products from these 5 different websites, because they are highly, highly trusted, and you'll be able to rely on that trust factor to help you to make those clicks and especially those sales. You can create a comparison website as a review site, or simply to list the 2 different products or 3 different products and so on side by side. Now, what I want to share with you is kind of some of the strategies that are involved, and more or less the layout on my page, because there's a few little tricks that I use, and so on. So I want to kind of get into these tricks and secrets. The super secret that I'm talking about, as you can see right here, it says Crazy Bargain. That Crazy Bargains is it's just a keyword phrase that flat works. So include Crazy Bargains 2 or 3 times. Don't super saturate, but you want to include that Crazy Bargains maybe in your header. Include it a couple of more times perhaps on the website, maybe 2 or 3, maybe 3 or 4 times at the most. Crazy Bargains is a keyword phrase, and that's my super secret. And I'm sharing that with you because Crazy Bargains is a very powerful keyword. Not only want to use that in your meta section, in your on-site SEO, you'll also want to use that on your website, of course. Crazy Bargains alone is a keyword magnet. In addition, you want to use things like electric heaters, space heater, baseboard heater, heater from Walmart, heater at Walmart, heater at Lowe's, and so on. And you'll see what I've done. Before I go down the page here, I want to share with you also, you'll see that there's a header, and then you'll see that there is eBay, or Walmart, eBay, and Amazon. You can see that is in what I call the top third. This goes back to the old newspaper, which would be folded up in thirds, and you want to make sure that you want to have Walmart, eBay, Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever, showing in that top third. Somehow, some way, if it's not the comparison, make sure that they show up. And I mean, as you can see, they show up, and they show up big, so that if somebody's looking at this page, if somebody's landing on this page, you want them to see that, because that is one of the things that are going to help make that web page what I call sticky. And that's important. It's absolutely necessary that we make that sticky. What that means is they're going to stick, they're going to stay. So they're much less likely to leave, and that means anytime that they stay, you actually have a chance to, what I call, tell your story. And when you get a chance to tell your story, that means you've got a chance for a click-through, and when you got a click-through, you got a chance for a sale. Now, I recommend header, what your comparison site is all about. It could be shoes or clothes or handbags or whatever it might be. Make sure that you're now some content. The content is partially for the visitor, primarily for the search engine. So we want to pander to the visitor, of course, but we also want to pander to the search engine. And the competition is about average. So when you look, and I'm using Uber Suggest, of course, but the competition 49, that's about average. That's not great. I would love to see competition at 10 or under. But when we're dealing with average, then we can beat average by being above average. So this is why I want you to pay attention, because what you're going to end up with is an above average, a way above average website. And I don't mean to be bragging, but these are just some tips that I've learned over the last 15 years. And if you'll implement them, then you'll be able to take advantage of them just like I have. And what it's going to do, it's going to help your website to be above average, to be way above average. The comparison is, I usually include, and you can include anything you want to include, but I usually include reviews, because this is one of the things that people look at. So I don't include a whole bunch of reviews, but I'll include snippets from different reviews and let them know how it was rated. And if it's poorly rated, don't even put it on there. When you create this kind of a website, make it a good website. And actually do a little research perhaps first. Find out which ones are highly rated and so on. So that when you're sharing 3 different products, they are the 3 products. One of the things that I say is we save you the time. We save you the trouble. So save your visitor a little time and trouble. By doing a little bit of legitimate research, it will pay off. What the Buy Now button is going to do, that's going to take them to the sales page, and of course that is your link. Or my link. That's going to be your special affiliate link that's going to take them there. I typically shorten the link, by the way. I shorten it for 2 reasons. Number one, the links that you're going to get from these guys are a mile long. Okay, so I shorten it for that reason, just because it's such a long link. But the other reason is that by shortening it, I can track it. So if you use a link shortener, you can track the link, and typically that's free. I usually use Cutly, cutt.ly. I like Cutly because I think it's a little less traveled, so to speak. Not quite as many people use Cutly, so it's a little easier if I want to come up with what's called an alias. But the idea, the primary reason for using Cutly in this case is not for an alias. It's simply for a shorter link and primarily for the tracking purposes. And then, as you can see, there's a little more content, and then read more, see more, learn more, find out more, get more details, whatever you want to put there. That link is very likely to get clicked. Then I continue, by the way, to give more information. Again, this is partially for the visitor. You want to give them more information, and this is information that they are not going to find on the web page. That's where your research is going to help you, however, because you're going to give them information that they're not going to find elsewhere. They're going to like that. They're going to appreciate that. That's going to add to your trust. That's going to build confidence, their confidence in you and your website. Notice a couple of ads. And one of the ads is just a regular old Walmart banner. And then look what I've done further. Now, I'm not meaning to pick on Lowe's and Home Depot, but I didn't even activate those links. Okay, and I let them know that I didn't activate them because look at the price. For a comparable value, you're paying $40 more. This also adds to the trust and the confidence, or at least that's the intention. And see, if people actually like and trust you or your website or your content, they're more likely to stay and take action. And I would suggest that you begin this on retail. In my opinion, it's easier. It's going to, and with these particular vendors, with these particular websites, it's much, much easier for you to literally connect with this prospective buyer and therefore make the sales. Now, this particular site, by the way, was built with an HTML editor. That's way back when site builders were more of a joke than anything, and you could easily lose all your content in the blink of an eye on a site builder. I started using HTML editors. I'm trying to remember how long it took me to create the website, and I'm going to say probably an hour and a half, because I did a little bit of research. I could probably create one of these sites in about an hour, but I did want to do a little research because I felt as though it was going to be beneficial in this case, both for the search engines again and for the visitor. So I would say about an hour and a half. Now, on the other hand, you can create 3, 5, or 10 of these sites at one time once you get a handle on it. The reason why I'm sharing that with you, and I'll leave a link, I'll leave a link below to Blitz Marketing, to the Blitz Marketing video. But the reason why I'm sharing that is that I made a commitment for this year to put more emphasis on Blitz Marketing, and it's simply something that I discovered. It's a way, whatever you do as far as creating a website, a squeeze page, a comparison website, comparison marketing website, whatever you do on the internet, there's a good chance that you could duplicate that. In other words, do 2 of those, but not do one and then do another. I mean 2 at the same time. And if you can do 2 at the same time, well, why can't you do 3 at the same time, or 5 at the same time, or 10 at the same time, or even more, depending on what it is? Now, websites, I don't know that I would want to do more than perhaps 10 at one time, because they're a little bit complicated. Okay, but when it comes to stuff like squeeze pages and Pinterest and pins, you can literally do 30 to 50 at a time or more. You can even do 100 at a time. Once you get a handle on what you're doing, do not try to do 2 or 3 or 5 of these at one time until you get a handle on it. Because if you're not proficient, if you're not adept, then you're going to just get totally confused and totally messed up. And I'm not trying to take you off track here, and I apologize. This might not seem to have anything to do with comparison marketing on the one hand. On the other hand, it has a lot to do with comparison marketing or any affiliate marketing that you might be doing, because it's going to help you to do more of whatever you're doing in less time. More that you can throw on the wall, and the faster you can get it on there, the faster that you're going to be making money, and the faster that you're going to figure out what does work and what doesn't work. Because not every site that I put on the internet is a home run, but the ones that are a home run, man, they're grand slams. And that's a lot of times what happens. So you're going to miss a few, but you're going to hit some. And that's one more little tip. This is a little bonus tip. But when something does work, so let's say you throw 100 of these on the wall, and 3 or 5 or maybe 10 of them work. Well, focus on those 3 or 5 or 10. Do more of whatever it is that is working. Just a reminder, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on these videos. And if you like this video, give us a big thumbs up if you would. I'd appreciate it. I do want to thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Allow me to wish you much success.